What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. For those that don't know me, hi, my name is Miguel and I'm showing y'all my journey on building a $100,000 passive income portfolio and of course answering y'all's questions along the way. Today's video we're going over all the passive income that I got for April 2022. Super excited, we have 11 payments of passive income, aka dividends. Before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on the video because it does help out the growth of my channel tremendously. And lastly, comment how much money you got in your passive income portfolios this month. We love seeing the community grow here every single day, every single week. We're only going to get stronger and stronger and build passive income portfolios together. So leave that in the comments and let's roll the intro. Hopping into my portfolio value for this week, it has been a crazy last week and a half or so. The market has gone down 15%. Yesterday it went up another 4%. The volatility is out of control right now. But hopping into my portfolio, as we can see, I am down on the day $335 or about 2.1%. On the week, I am down $232 or about 1.6%. On the month, I am down $355 or about 2.2% again. And then on the 3 months, I am actually up $47 or about 0.3%. In the past year, I'm actually up $800 or about 6%. And then on the all-time, I am up $2,126 or about 15%. As we can see, just looking at my last year mark, I have gone up and down anywhere from 5 to 10%. It stresses me out, but that's completely okay because remember, we're dividend investors. So when the market is down, I'm actually able to buy more shares at a cheaper price, giving me more dividends, just ultimately giving me more passive income and getting me to my $100,000 goal even faster. Now hopping into the 11 dividend payments that I got for April 2022, the first one being Coca-Cola. As we can see, I had 12.69 shares at the time and they were paying 44 cents per share, giving me that $5.59. Coca-Cola is a no-brainer dividend king, which if you don't know, a dividend king is a company that has paid and increased their dividend for the past 50 plus years, which is a great achievement by them. I am up on Coke currently, but they have diluted in my portfolio value in the last couple of months. Might be picking up some shares soon with the market dip, but they're not my main focus right now. The next dividend payment that I got was from MRK. As we can see, I had 15.56 shares and they're paying 69 cents per share, giving me that $10.74. Not only are they up there in my portfolio with the top 5 greatest returns, but they also have paid me this dividend and they're the highest paying dividend company in my portfolio. So they have paid me the most dividends, they're currently paying me the most dividends on a yearly basis, and they're the 4th biggest return in my portfolio. So I absolutely love MRK for that reason. And the next one being from AG&C. As we can see, I had 14.53 shares and they're paying about 12 cents per share, giving me that $1.54. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you know that AG&C is a high paying monthly dividend stock. They're around a 9% dividend yield, but I am currently down on them right now. I don't plan on picking up any more shares, but what they have paid me in dividends over the past year and a half, I'm about even right now. I'm just gonna ride AG&C, hopefully they go up, but I'm okay with this risk because it's worth less than 2% of my entire portfolio. Always remember that. The very next dividend payment that I got was from Main Street Capital. At the time I had 10 shares and they were paying about 21 cents per share, giving me that $2.15. Main Street Capital is in the finance sector of my portfolio. I definitely wanted to diversify a little bit with Main Street Capital because I had Chase Bank as the sole stock in my financial sector, so I wanted to get Main Street Capital to kind of diversify that a little bit. But can't complain, they are a monthly paying ETF. So far paid and increased their dividend over the past year that I've had them. The next dividend payment being Pembina. At the time I had 10 shares and they're paying 14 cents per share, which ultimately gave me $1.42. As you can see, they are still withholding a dividend about 25 cents worth. That's unfortunate. That's going to hurt their dividend safety score in the long run. But while I'm up and I'm still getting paid a dividend, I have no reason to sell out of this position. I do believe that once they reinstate that dividend, that value is going to go back up. Only time will tell, but it makes no sense to sell out of this position, especially when I'm getting consistent dividends. The next dividend payment is actually kind of a fun one. If you know me, you know I love getting passive income and getting paid dividends. This one is a double whammy. So I got this one share, Orient Office REIT. I got one share because they are a spinoff of Realty Income. Because I had 10 shares and they were giving 1/10 of a share out to every single share that you had, I ended up getting one complete share. So not only was this free, but now they're starting to pay me a dividend. It's like a double whammy. I got this free share and now I'm getting passive income on top of that. It's really awesome to see, and because I got it for free, obviously my dollar cost average is at 0. We'll see how they perform over the next couple of months. I don't really plan on picking up any more shares of this, but it's just a really cool thing to have in my portfolio, getting passive income on top of a free share. Which, speaking of Realty Income, the next dividend payment that I got was actually from Realty Income. As we can see now, I have 14 shares and they're paying about 24 cents per share, giving me $3.46. They just recently increased their dividend yield, which is a great win for me. For those of you that don't know, I was actually negative on Realty Income the first month that I owned it. I believed in them so much that I doubled down and I bought about $1,000 worth, I think, at the time. But it ended up to being about 10 shares. Then once they got close to my actual average cost, within about a $2 range, I actually bought another 4 shares. So a Cinderella story with Realty Income. I bought it in at a great time. Truth of the matter is, I just believed in this company and I put more money in. And I let them recover from the pandemic. And obviously I am reaping the rewards of that right now. The next dividend payment that I got was from Prospect Capital. This is the other high dividend monthly paying stock in my portfolio, just like with AG&C. But as we can see, I have 26.37 shares and they're paying about 6 cents per share, giving me that $1.58. So you see with AG&C and Prospect Capital, they both have a high like 9% dividend yield. But with AG&C, I am down, and with Prospect Capital, I'm actually positive about 80 bucks. So it's pretty cool to have that in my portfolio, and they're consistently giving me this $1.58 every single month. It's just really cool to have this in my portfolio and actually have this risk pay off. But that's kind of how it goes. As you can see, I bought 2 risky stocks. One of them's up, the other one's down. So I just kind of think that's how the cookie crumbles. Should I keep AG&C or should I just sell out and cut my losses and put the rest into Prospect Capital? Let me know in the comments. And then here come the tried and true dividend stocks in my portfolio. The first one being SPHD. I had 14.46 shares in my portfolio and they're paying 14 cents per share, giving me that $2.06. SPHD just recently had a dividend raise. So I was making around $1.90. Now I'm at $2.06 for the same exact shares, which is really awesome. I talk about SPHD all the time here on YouTube and on TikTok as well. I'm sure people are getting tired of it, but I can't get over SPHD. I love it. The next dividend payment that I got was from PEY. I had 10.94 shares at the time and they're paying about 7 cents per share, giving me 77 cents. I did a little more research and I think I'm going to sell off my position in PEY, put it into either SCHD or SPHD. As we can see, I just recently started thinking about expense ratios. Although it's saving little amounts of money, I definitely want to put my money where my mouth is, and I want to make sure I'm investing into the best stocks that just so happen to pay dividends and also have great expense ratios, specifically with ETFs. Obviously with SPHD, still have a relatively low PE ratio. Obviously with SPHD, they have a relatively low expense ratio, but we are always on the hunt to find the biggest and best ETFs, especially for my viewers. ETFs are definitely not going to make up a huge portion of my portfolio. It's good to think and know about expense ratios though. And the very last dividend payment that I got is going to be a huge controversial one. I am experimenting here. Next week's video is going to go more in depth on this decision, but as we can see, I got 98 cents from the covered call ETF QYLD. Now I know a lot of people are probably going to have a lot of questions, especially because this is a covered call ETF that gives you around a 12% dividend yield. And I emphasize on this channel having that 4% dividend yield and how I'm going to use a 4% dividend yield to retire. But that's just the case. I'm going to have a 4% dividend yield when I retire to make it safe. But like I talked about on one of my TikToks recently, I hit my savings goal for a potential house purchase. So I'm definitely not going to keep any more money in my 0.25% APY bank account. Realistically, it's just losing me money. So I'm keeping the money that I have set aside for a house in there. And I'm starting to explore my other options on getting a huge APY on my money. Because as we know, we don't want to work for our money. We want our money to work for us. So getting a 12% APY, I am testing the waters with QYLD. Let me know if you guys have QYLD in the comments. I'm going to go way more in depth in my decision to do this and all of my other savings accounts that I'm experimenting with getting a greater APY on my money, especially during times like this when inflation is at an all-time high and we can definitely all use a greater APY. That brings the total for April to $30.39. I made $30.39 of passive income in the month of April 2022, bringing the grand total for the year so far at $138.74. Super stoked on the return that I'm getting so far, and super stoked to see that just in 2021, every single month I am increasing my passive income. This is great. There's not a huge increase from last year of April to this year of April, but as we can see from February, there is a huge jump, and not every single stock in my portfolio is a monthly paying dividend stock. But even in just the monthly paying dividend stocks, as we can see, I didn't put much more money in and it's growing by itself. We always want to strive to create this snowball effect and getting this money working for itself. So that's going to be all that I have for y'all this week. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on the video because it does help out the growth of my channel tremendously. And then join the community and comment how much money you made this month through passive income, or if you just made money in general in the stock market. Let me know in the comments. But that's all for this week. I'll catch y'all next week. Peace.